Hey guys, Gameboy 3800 here once again, and it's time to finish up this little project I've been doing. In case you don't know, I've been doing a project to see if you can still use old hardware, shut up Skype, to get the job done. And in my experience, yes, you can still use old hardware perfectly fine even today. So the old hardware I've been using was a first generation Core i7-9660, 3.2 gigahertz. Goes up to 3.33 gigahertz, I think it's going to show here. There we go. It's got 12 gigabytes of RAM. It's actually pretty slow speed RAM at, oh my god, camera. Pretty slow speed, only 1033 or 1333. So it's slow first gen RAM. And I've been trying to wait for the meter here to actually show up. It's going to take its time, so I set it to be default. Okay, it's taking its time. There we go. There we go. Graphics card, I used a NVIDIA GeForce GTX 570. This is the EVGA classified one. 1.25 gigs of RAM. It ran in my testing. You'll see that it actually ran most games, even very high-end ones like Grand Theft Auto 5, very well. And I was pleasantly surprised of how well it played all the games. I would say something like the graphics card manufacturers are like doing a conspiracy thing to make you buy their new ones so that you are forced to replace the old ones, but no, that's not the case. It's just that the 570 is still a good card. In case you're wondering, I was not playing them at 1080p. I was playing them... Oh my god. Let that load up. I was playing them at 1680 by 1050. So, that is the base resolution of the monitor. I am using DSR to get it to display 3360 by 2100. And that is almost 4K. The most limiting factor of the GTX 570 is the 1.25 gigabytes of memory. We are just so common to using, or just so used to using 4 gigabytes, 6 gigabytes, 12 gigabytes of video card memory. That 1.25 gigabytes really shows its limits here. In Minecraft even, it'll commonly get into very high usage, and it's just not, the best thing to play as. Is PC meter doing this stupid thing again? Yes, it is. Awesome, thank you. For hard drives, this will explain my next point. The two 250 gigabyte hard drives you see as OS and games are both from 2007, 2008. They're both really old. They're the oldest components in this system. And they really do show their age. And there we go. Now we have a much more accurate GPU meter here with PC meter 3 running. You can see that this actually is a really high clocked GTX 570. Most 570s don't get above 800, but this runs happily at 823. That's stock. It's not overclocked. The Western Digital 3 terabyte is the only thing new in the system. That was only used. Oh wow! Look, how convenient. 1,024 gigabytes. That's funny. It is the newest system, or newest component in the system, and it's only used to hold some files that were on my other main computer. So it's got all the files and stuff I would use for video and stuff editing. Speaking of video editing, going through the timeline and other things like that in Adobe, it had no issues. The only thing that took a really long time was loading programs up because it's got the old hard drives, and rendering time. What would take 2 minutes on my big white computer, Project Bolide, takes 15 minutes on Project Envy here. And that does show the compute power has massively increased. Even overclocking the GPU, memory, and CPU, it wasn't good enough to come even close. It only sped up by about 1 minute. And this is just showing you how long it can take to open a simple project. Or not even a project, just load the program itself. So I'm going to close that. In terms of stability, I have not had any times where it crashed, got too slow to use, or just became unstable. It has been rock solid stable ever since I was done downscaling the 4K video into 1080 that I tested on the Bolide and this computer. And that was the only time where it was super laggy afterwards, and it needed a restart. Speaking of restart, starting up, shutdown, all that stuff. A shutdown, it takes only about a minute, not too long, not too bad. Like I'll hit the power button, and then I'll go get something, go to bed. By that time, it's shut down. Starting up though, takes a good 5 minutes to get completely booted up, but I have not defragmented the drive. Let's see if we can do something here right quick. Okay, so I'm going to hit analyze here. And it may take some time. It says it's not fragmented at all. I did install a fresh copy of Windows on it. Windows 7, by the way, in case you didn't notice. And that's probably going to take a long time now that I've done it. Whatever. It'll be good to defragment anyways, so I'm gonna let it do its thing. The computer itself is this awesome custom greenified half-X case. That's custom in the fact that I put all big green 200mm LED fans on it. Not so much anything else. But it does look pretty cool. It is liquid cooled with the Corsair H100i. I tried to set everything to the time period of 2009, 2010. So that's why it's got a 570. That's why it's got a first gen i7. And the reason why I did that is because I had the case, but I didn't have anything to put in it. So I thought this old theme build and testing was a fun idea, and it was. The only issue I had is that I could not get the right to USB ports to work. Right. The right to USB keys do not work. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure they're plugged in. But if I were to get a USB key, I don't have one near me. It would not recognize. I don't know why. Other than that, everything else worked fine. There's a bottom light down there, as you can see. And the sliding door on the top panel actually does come in handy sometimes. And this is still at 15%. I'm going to stop it right now, just for the sake of stopping it. There we go. Online stuff, as soon as it loads Google Chrome, which does take some time. There we go. And get it to loading a web page. As soon as Chrome itself is up and running, it loads web pages really fast. And that's mainly because of the Netgear card there. It's AC one, wireless AC. It was only $30 too, which is actually really good. And it seems that being on the extension cable there doesn't seem to degrade the performance at all. It's a good Wi-Fi card, and I will use it or another one on my main computer. But anyways, I think that is going to cover it. It does everything just fine. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer to load up, but that's only because of the old hard drives. With a solid state drive, I suspect this thing would performed easily a lot better. It probably wouldn't do too much better in saving videos and stuff, because that's all compute power, not hard drive, but you get the idea. It'll make loading Chrome, loading to the desktop faster. And I guess that's gotta be it. If you have any other questions, please put them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed Project Envy. I will not get rid of it. It will be my backup computer should something ever happen to Project Bolide. So I guess that's going to be it. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, favorite, comment, share, subscribe. Thanks, Game Boy Out. I will see you guys in the next video.